The incredible Patek Philippe 5055G coming up. We have here this morning at SwissWatchExpo, fresh from the showcase, I'm Michael. This is the Patek Philippe 5055G, and it is such a cool watch. It's sort of we could call it vintage at this point because it is 25 years old. This watch was made from 1998 to about 2004. This is a 1998 version, and when you look at it on our website, it's a full set. It has the inner box, the outer box, all the papers, the owner's manual, the little push tool to adjust the features of the watch. It's really an amazing set. And when you look at this watch, it's so interesting because it's really sort of a throwback size. It's a 36 millimeter case and it's 9.2 millimeters thick. So this is truly a watch that could be perfect for a guy that likes that elegant gentleman size of watch from yesteryear that doesn't really exist in the catalog so much anymore. Or it could be fantastic for a lady who likes a watch that isn't covered in diamonds or has a quartz movement. I talk to a lot of women that they want these kind of complications in a watch that looks appropriately sized for their own wrists. And so this would be a great pick for that. One of the things I love about this one is that the case is so simple and it's just very straightforward. It is a monoblock case, which means the bezel is not a separate piece from the rest of the case. Everything goes in through the screwed in caseback. So really unadorned, just one of these ideas that sort of Occam's razor, that this simplicity is perfection. And when I look at this watch, one of the cool things about it is that it does have a power reserve indicator. So as I wind it, you'll actually see that move up because we have it not running at all right now. And so as we're talking about it, I'll just keep winding and you'll see it move. But it has a 45-hour power reserve with this movement. It's the 240 PS movement, which came out in 1977. It's really been the flagship movement for Patek Philippe for a long time by the time this watch came out. And it features the micro rotor in 22 karat gold. It has to be 22 karat gold so that it's heavy enough to swing around at such a small rotor and still wind the watch. I'll show it to you here on the back. So there's the micro rotor. You can see it has the Côte de Genève Waves of Geneva decoration on it. But the reason that that's such an important feature of the watch is that it keeps the rotor, instead of being on another plane from the rest of the movement and making it thick, it rotates within the same plane as the rest of the bridges and wheels. So it keeps the movement thin and at the same time the convenience of an automatic winding movement. So it seems like my finger's not doing a very good job there. I'm going to turn it this way so that I can wind it correctly. And you'll see the power reserve indicator go up. So this underscores what we talk a lot with our customers about, that even an automatic watch, you have to manually wind it to give it a full power reserve. So it's sort of like putting gas in the tank of your car. You want to fill it up, but then as you wear it and the auto wind works on the movement of your wrist, it'll help keep it wound. But you do have to wind it initially. You see, I turned it a whole lot of times to get just a little bit of power reserve going. You really need to wind an automatic watch probably 40 to 60 turns to give it a full power reserve before you get going. But that brings us to the dial of the watch, which is really nice. It's beautifully laid out, high contrast between the hands and the black dial. You do have the power reserve indicator at 10, a small second hand at the 4 to 5 position. That's what the PS is and the movement number. That's petite seconds. And then here we have an integrated subdial that has a pointer to the date and also the moon phases. And that's what you're adjusting with when you use that little pin tool on the two sides with these buttons, setting the moon phase and the date to get everything lined up correctly. But a lot of people, let's face it, if you're over 40, sometimes it's hard to get a watch that's really legible. I love this white hands against a black background, sort of one of the same reasons I love the Omega Speedmaster Moon watch so much, but it really gives high contrast. It's fully loomed. It's a Luminova dial, so it really glows fantastic. When you look at the lugs, they're not real long or real wide. So again, this points toward being comfortable for a smaller wrist. It has the Patek Philippe Calatrava crown, Calatrava cross on the crown, and also on the deployant buckle. So this is a deployant buckle, which is really nice. It makes the leather straps last longer because the wear of opening and closing the clasp is not so much on the leather, but more on the metal. And then you'll move this clasp from strap to strap as you replace the straps over the course of the life of the watch. When we look at the exhibition case back and we see this beautiful movement, it's interesting when you look at the finishing on it. Sometimes on some of these older watches, again, this watch is 25 years old, you'll see that it was a different time than where we are now, where we expect an almost perfection level of decorating on watch movements. When you look at this one, you can actually see, if you were to take a jeweler's loupe and look at it, or if you look at it on our website and click on the pictures to go to the gallery view where you can really zoom in and hover over each one and see all the details, you'll see there's some machining marks on some of the plates. And that would be considered either a mistake or a mark of a lower quality watch nowadays. But in 1998, from Patek Philippe no less, that was considered perfectly fine and completely acceptable for something that had the Geneva seal like this one does, which guaranteed all of the highest level of finishing and movement design from watches made in the canton of Geneva, Switzerland. So not to worry, it's natural to a watch this age that it might not be as perfectly finished as modern watches. The power reserve on this one, again, about 48 hours. If you were to wear this as your everyday watch, it would probably stay at 48 as you had the movement of your wrist keeping it wound. But there's a lot of people. In fact, one of my coworkers here at SwissWatchExpo, he winds his watches about every 2 or 3 days regardless. Even when they're automatic watches, he'll go ahead and give them a full wind just to make sure that everything's running at their optimal level. So give us a call here at SwissWatchExpo. Our email address is info@swisswatchexpo.com. We'd love to get this watch out. We are happy to do FaceTime calls and show you this watch on the wrist. We can show you what it looks like on a man or a woman. We're happy to do that. We give you a virtual tour of the store. We'll show you, we have thousands of watches on display. We're really proud of that our watches are in stock and ready to ship. We're not like other companies that advertise watches they don't have and then go look for one after they take an order. We actually have the watch, and the pictures on the website of this watch are of the watch that you'll actually receive. We'll also take you back and we'll show you the service center. We have a Patek Philippe trained master watchmaker on staff. He used to work at the Patek Philippe factory in Switzerland, so there's really no higher credential than that. And this watch has just been freshly serviced, so it's a big value add for you. We're happy to talk to you about it. Give us a call here at SwissWatchExpo.